Mike closed his eyes, stepped on the gas pedal, and sped along the winding mountain road. Mary in the passenger seat was responsible for directing the way. Suddenly a tractor appeared ahead, and the narrow road couldn't allow them to pass safely. Mary panicked and begged Mike to open his eyes, but he remained unmoved, continuing to drive with his eyes closed, slamming on the accelerator.
Via destra, via destra, via destra! Eccolo! Che botta!
The car drove off the dangerous road and came to an open space. Mary angrily jumped out of the car. To please her, Mike took out a box of black candies. Legend has it that people who eat these candies will only feel happiness forever. Mike burned the candies into a liquid and dripped it into his girlfriend's eyes, also dripping 2 drops into his own. Unexpectedly, they lost their lives because of this. Their parents were heartbroken and tearfully sent them to the cemetery. However, at midnight, Mary actually broke through the coffin lid and crawled out from inside. She looked at Mike's grave beside her and wept bitterly. It turned out that Mike was really dead, and what had she become? She didn't know if she was human or a ghost, and she couldn't figure out where to go. Having no choice, Mary returned home. Feeling famished, she grabbed food from the fridge and stuffed it into her mouth, but quickly spit it out. She discovered that she could no longer eat ordinary food. At this time, her mother was awakened by the noise and hurried downstairs to check. Seeing Mary standing in front of her, she reached out and touched her daughter, only to find that her body was as cold as ice. Mary realized that she had died and fled in fright. With nowhere to go, she accidentally walked into a small forest and encountered a group of strong men holding weapons and searching for something. Mary was too scared to make a sound and quickly climbed up a tree, escaping the ordeal. Due to her deep longing for Mike, Mary went to his grave again, but was horrified to find that her hands had turned black. She desperately rubbed them, but couldn't wipe away the stains. She searched for a water source to wash, but the black traces had already crawled all over her body. Looking at herself in the mirror, Mary found that her eyes had turned a shocking white. She realized that she was no longer human, but what kind of monster had she become? To find out the truth, she put on sunglasses and went to the bar Mike used to frequent when he was alive. However, as soon as she sat down, she ran into a lewd man who came to hit on her. Mary instinctively turned to leave, but unfortunately ran into a classmate. In order not to let people discover what she looked like now, Mary had no choice but to turn around, find that man, and drag him out of the bar. The two drove to the suburbs, only to find out that the man was actually a pervert who intended to take possession of Mary. He gentlemanly introduced himself while stuffing a large stack of bills into Mary's clothes.
Dai cazzo, me l'hai fatto diventare duro, vieni qua. Dai, vieni qua. Dai, non rompo il cazzo, vieni qua.